Hey there, nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another episode of Anarchy Road, Season 2. This is our series of Necromunda battle reports that is dedicated to Necromunda Ash Waste, and we are now continuing on the very first round of our campaign for the very first week. This is battle report number 5. This is a settlement rave scenario that's fought between my two friends, Death, as well as Smells Like Febreze. My friend Smells Like Febreze will be playing Aqua-Cola, which is a water guild outcast gang. Kind of cool, actually. It's kind of actually interesting how you put a game together. And of course, my friend Death will be playing the Neon Knights, which is a House Van Saar gang. So we originally started off with this campaign, I believe, with only 6 gangs. But as time has gone on, of course, and as we started developing the campaign, I got 4 more friends who actually want to play in this campaign as well. So now we actually have 10 gangs that will be participating in our Anarchy Road campaign. So because of that, these 2 gangs will be fighting each other for the very first time. And this is my raid scenario. My friend Death and his gang, the Neon Knights, will be the defenders, while my friend Smell Like Febreze, as well as her gang, Aqua-Cola, the Water Guild Outcasts, will be the attackers on this one. So we're going to play some background music real quick. As the music is playing, we'll show you photos of both gangs as well as their rosters. If you want to see exactly what they're taking for this battle report, go ahead and pause and take a look at your leisure. We'll also talk about scenario rules as well as deployments. So with that being said, let's get this battle report on a roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
So the scenario rules for this one is Settlement Raid. For this one, of course, one side is the attacker, one side is defender. My friend Death will be the defender in this scenario, while my other friend Smells Like Febreze will be the attacker. Now, the attacker gets 6 custom choices for their starting crew, while the defender gets random D3 plus 2, and the rest of their gang members are placed on the side for reinforcements. Now, the defender must set up anywhere on their half of the battlefield where their settlement is located, while the attacker sits within 6 inches of the opposing table edge. And of course, you get gang tactics on this one. You get 2 gang tactics per player, plus 1 tactic for each 100 points of difference between both gangs. But since both these gangs are both starting out, they don't really need to worry about one too much. And of course, for the reinforcements on this one, at the start of each end phase, the defender rolls a D3, receives that many defenders, reinforcements, same thing with the attacker, and they're deployed anywhere within 1 inch of the battlefield, the table edge, and not within 12 inches of an enemy fighter. Now, the defender does have home turf advantage, and because of that, the defender automatically passes any battle tests that they're required to make. Now, the objective on this one, each gang scores 1 victory point for each enemy fighter they take out of action, 2 victory points for each vehicle that is wrecked, and the attacker also has a secret objective, and they roll a D3 on this one. On a 1 to 2, the objective is Bushwhack. You get additional victory point for each enemy champ you take out of action, and 2 additional victory points for each enemy leader you take out of action. The second one is Scrag. After deployment, attacker nominates 1 enemy fighter in the starting crew. If this fighter is taken out of action, the attacker earns plus 1 victory points, plus 2 victory points if the target was taken out with a coup de grace. And then finally, third is Mayhem. It says once an enemy fighter is seriously injured or vehicle is wrecked, the attacking model may leave the battlefield, must enter into action within 1 inch of a battlefield edge. Now on this one, my friend actually rolled Bushwhack on this one, so Smells Like Febreze will be getting additional victory points on this one. Now for the victory on this one, whoever scores the most victory points wins, and if both sides score the same amount of points, then it's a draw. As for rewards on this one, the winner earns D6 times 10 credits, while the loser earns D3 times 5 credits, and if it ends in a draw, both gangs receive D3 times 10 credits. For experience, you earn 1 point of experience for each participant, and the winning gang leader also earns 1 even if they didn't participate in the battle report. As for reputation, if they're fighting each other for the very first time, both gangs will get 1 point of reputation, and since that's the case, they both automatically get 1. You get 2 points of reputation for the winner, and if either gang bottles out, -1 reputation. So with the scenario rules over with, let's go ahead and talk about deployments. So here's an overhead shot of the entirety of the battlefield. As you can see, my friends are playing on a 4x4 table. The left-hand side of the battlefield is the settlement that is defended by my friend Death and his gang, the Neon Knights. And on the right-hand side, of course, is the rest of the battlefield, where my friend Smells Like Febreze will be deploying her fighters. from Aqua-Cola, her Outcast Water Guild gang as well. So now that we have an overview of the battlefield, let's talk about individual deployment areas. First off, starting off with the House of Saar. Alright, so starting off the Neon Knights of House Saar, this is my friend Odeth's gang. On top of the command center, he's got a two-man fire team. On the right-hand side, that is Layer Noir. He is the gang's Augmeg. He's packing armored body glove as well as mesh armor. He's also got a plasma gun with a last pistol for a backup weapon, and he has the munitioneer skill. And right next to him is Gamerstorm83, who is a tech armed with an armored body glove, mesh armor, as well as a hotshot last gun, as well as an infrasight attached to that hotshot last gun. On the top of the table, right next to that radar dish, we have two Neotechs. We have July High Score as well as Nighthopper. They're both exactly the same. They're both Neotechs armed with armored body gloves, mesh armor, last sub-carbines with high strike energy shields. They also have photon flash grenades as well as grav cutters, and they have the hot-headed and fast learner special rules. And finally, rounding up the last of deployments is a sub-tech named Raging VHS is his name. He's a sub-tech with armored body glove, mesh armor, a last sub-carbine, as well as a shock stave. And that pretty much makes up the deployment for my friend Odeth and his gang, the Neon Knights. Alright, so from there we go to deployment for Aqua-Cola, which is my friend Smells Like Febreze, and this is her Water Guild Outcast gang. Over on the right hand side, you'll notice the rest of her gang is located on the side there because that's where reinforcements are located. But her vehicle for this one is called Unbound Fury. It is operated by our Scum Racer. It's a custom media vehicle that is also tracked. It's also got a ram as well as a transport bed with nitro burners, smoke vents, all-wheel steering, tire claws, harpoon launcher, a grenade launcher, as well as a boarding ramp, as well as body spikes. And on board that, of course, is her entirety of her gang. First of all, she has her leader, Eero Slagmist. He's a leader with a weird archetype. He's got armored undersuit with furnace plates, as well as a hotshot last pistol, frag grenades, a chainsword, a bio booster, Medicaid kit, photo goggles. He's also got the Iron Jaws, Nerves of Steel, True Grit skills, as well as the Techno Affinity Discipline overcharge for his psychic ability. So this is the bounty hunter special character as leader of the gang. Up next, we have two champions. We have Og Mendazar, which is a master Nautican who's also a weird archetype. They're equipped with armored undersuit, mesh armor, as well as needle pistol, stiletto knife. They have a bio booster as well as a stim slug stash. They have the step aside overseer skill as well as the flicker ability, and they also have Zen Shootus for their ability because they're using that discipline. And of course, we have another champion that's Carrea du Laral. She is a Siphon Knight who's also a weird archetype. She's the gang's second champion. She's got an armored undersuit, mesh armor, needle rifle, stiletto knife, as well as a cult icon. She's got the dodge, fast healing, as well as the quickening skill. And because she's also a weird archetype, she's using biomancy for hers, and quickening is her ability. And then, of course, we got the big man himself. That is Temperance Vandersteer. He is a Subnauticane with armored undersuit. He's got a hazard suit for armor, open fist, as well as a respirator, and he's got the Berserker skill. Also looking at the vehicle, too, we also have a couple of other characters. We have Kruging as well as Wintermere. They're both Outcast scum, both equipped exactly the same. Both have mesh armor, shotgun with solid and scattered shots with telescopic sights. Both have stub guns with dum-dum rounds, as well as smoke grenades. And that pretty much makes up my friend Smells Like Febreze's deployment on this one. Alright, so as for battle plans on this one, let's go and talk about that real quick. So my friend Smells Like Febreze, she has her gang Aqua-Cola, which is her Water Outcast gang. What she's going to try to do, of course, is to try to take out as many people as she possibly can. Her secret subjective on this one was Bushwhack. She gets an additional victory point if she manages to take out enemy champion, which my friend Odeth has over there, as well as 2 additional victory points if she manages to take out a leader. So what she's going to try to do is, of course, just take the offense, just attack forward, cause as much destruction as she can. She only has 6 fighters to start off with, but she's hoping that during the end phase she can get more reinforcements coming in on her attacker side, or to show up and cause some problems. Now, as for my friend Odeth, his plan is to pretty much just survive as best he can. As you can see, he does have his shooters up here on the top, as well as his Neotechs up there, as well as one of his subtechs down here. His plan basically is to hopefully just defend and then sucker my friend Smells Like Febreze to send her forces directly inwards. Then from there, he'll swarm her with his Neotechs as well as his subtech, at the same time suppress with his guys at the top of the command center over here. And that's pretty much what his plan is. He's trying to play the long game, hoping that more reinforcements show up. After all, he's got 2 more Neotechs. He's also got a medium vehicle. His leader is another champion, as well as one of his subtechs, and one of his techs are also on the sideline as well. So he's hoping that they actually show up and actually help out as well. And that pretty much makes up the battle plans for this one. So with deployments and battle plans over with, we go directly to the top of turn number 1, and both of my friends roll off for initiative to see which of them has priority. We'll be right back after their turn 1 activations. Alright, so that takes us directly to the top of turn number 1, and my friend Smells Like Febreze managed to get the initiative on this one. So for reverse activation, she activates up her Master Nautican Og Mendazar, which is her Master Nautican, who uses his Overseer ability directly onto the driver of the Outbound Fury, which is the Scum Racer over here. She actually had the Scum Racer actually move up once normally and then open fire the grenade launcher directly into these Neotechs. Unfortunately for him though, he missed his shot, so it scattered wide and didn't manage to hit anything. She then, for the second order of activations, had the Unbound Fury go forward again as normal wind allowance, open fire with its grenade launcher. This time upon these guys up here at the top for Laser Noir as well as Game of Store 83. But unfortunately for her, once again, she missed her shot, so it kind of scattered wide and didn't go anywhere either. So because of that, afterwards, then she actually commanded one of her fighters, I believe that is her Cypher Knight, Kyria du Laral, had him open fire with her needle rifle because she was able to do so. Took a basic action aim and another basic action fire, and once again missed her shot from there. So because that, not much really happened for my friend Smells Like Febreze. Now to make things worse, my friend O'Death then decided to activate his champion. Laser Noir also did group activation with Gamerstorm 83. Now Laser Noir opened fire with his plasma gun, taking a basic action to aim and another basic action open fire directly upon the Unbound Fury. Unfortunately for him though, was able to penetrate the hulls, kind of rolled 2 1s for his wounds, so nothing much really happened there. And to make matters worse, Gamerstorm 83 did try to open fire as well. Took a basic action aim, another basic action fire, missed his shot, and rolled an ammo check as well. So because of this opening shooting phase for both sides was absolutely horrific. So with that, we go back to my friend Smells Like Febreze for the rest of her activations. Alright, so we're back and several activations have occurred on the tabletop, so let's talk what happened next. So, Smells Like Febreze, she decides to act on her Outcast scum. His name is Krugig. Krugig actually dismounts the vehicle, open fires with his shotgun, firing a scatter shot using his telescopic sight directly into this subtech. His name is Raging BGS. Managed to hit that guy as well as wound him. Because of the knockback trait, the weapon has a +1 damage because of weapon strength 4 and he's only toughness 4. So because it fails armor save and at the same time goes out of action with the Aqua-Cola result. Now from there, of course, my friend O'Death decides to activate one of his Neotechs. That Neotech name is July High Score. July High Score moves up his normal movement allowance over 7 inches and then throws a photon flash grenade directly into this vehicle. Manages to hit everybody with the ready markers. Only managed to pin one guy though. That person is Wintermere, the Outcast scum, so he will not be able to activate. But from there, my friend Smells Like Febreze and activated his leader, Eros Slagmist, who is the Bounty Hunter special character. He's also the leader of this gang as well, who does a group activation with the Subnautica Temperance Vandersteer as well. Temperance Vandersteer does a double movement forward, draining directly towards this Neotech, so that way they can cause some pain. At the same time, Eros Slagmist does activate his overcharge ability as well, giving +2 strength and +1 damage to his hotshot last pistol. He opens fire directly into July High Score, but July High Score manages to save it with their energy shields, so no harm, no foul there. And at the same time, now that this guy's got overcharge activated as well. And that pretty much makes it the turns over here. The very last thing we're going to do, of course, is talk about O'Death's last turn, as well as go into the end phase. So we'll be right back after this. Alright, so we're back for the rest of the end of turn number 1, as well as for the end phase, so let's talk about exactly what happened. So first of all, our friend Smells Like Febreze then activates my friend O'Death then activates Nighthopper. Nighthopper's Neotech moves up his normal wind allowance and opens fire with his hotshot last pistol directly into Temperance Vandersteer, which is the Subnautica. Does manage to hit him, but fails to wound him. Actually hits him twice. I'm sorry, not the hotshot last pistol, I'm sorry, with his last subcarbine. Managed to hit him twice, but unfortunately didn't manage to wound him, so because of that, Temperance is only pinned for right now. And that pretty much makes it the rest of the action phase for that one. So for the end phase, of course, reinforcements do arrive. My friend O'Death, however, only got 1 reinforcement. Randomly chosen was Cobra Hawkins, his other Neotech also pops up. This guy's also got body glove, mesh armor. He's got a less subcarbine, energy shield, as well as photon flash grenades, also mounted on a graph cutter. My friend Smells Like Febreze, though, got a little bit easier on that one. As you can see, managed to get another 2 vehicles on board. First of all is the Red Storm, which is a Scum Racer with a medium custom vehicle. It's got a transport bed, it's got extra armor, all-wheel steering, tire claws and nitro burner smoke vents. It's also got a heavy stubber as well as a boarding ramp, and on board that vehicle is Triving, which is an Outcast scum. It's got mesh armor, a flail and stub gun, dumb rounds, as well as blasting charges. And that pretty much makes up turn number 1 for this one. So with turn number 1 over with, we go directly to the top of turn number 2, and my friends roll off for initiative to see which of them will have priority. Alright, so that takes directly to the top of turn number 2, and my friend O'Death managed to get the initiative on this one, so let's talk about exactly what happens. First of all, Cobra Hawkins gets activated first in Neotech. My buddy O'Death moves Cobra Hawkins' maximum allowance directly next to this vehicle, the Unbound Fury, and throws a flash photon grenade directly into it. Unfortunately for my friend O'Death, though, almost all these guys did pass their initiative tests except for Eros Slagmist. He does lose his ready marker, so he will not be able to do anything this turn just because he got hit with that blinding light. Now from there, of course, my friend Smells Like Febreze decides to activate her Master Nautic Augmendazar. Augmendazar uses his Overseal ability using double actions in order to activate Temperance Vanderseer. Now Temperance Vanderseer does a simple movement, a simple action to get back on his feet again, and another simple action to move forward. He then does a second set of activations, charging forward directly into the Neotech July High score. Needless to say, Temperance had no problem hurting July High score. 2 of the attacks of the Open Fist managed to hit him, knock him back 2 inches, as well as put a out of action result on him, putting grievous injury on him. So because of that, he will miss out his next battle report as he goes directly into recovery. And that pretty much makes it the turn 2 activations up to this point. We'll be right back after the rest of the activations. Alright, so now we're back. This is after several activations. So starting with my friend Odeth real quick. The first thing he did, of course, is move up one of his Neotech Nighthopper. Nighthopper moves up his 7 inches forward and throws another Photon Flash Grenade directly into this group right here on top of the Unbound Fury. Luckily for my friend Odeth, though, this one triggered quite a bit. Kiara Du Laral, the Siphonite, can fails her initiative test, so she won't be able to do anything. Same thing with Wintermere, the other Outcast scum. He won't be able to do anything either. At the same time, my friend, I don't know if you remember if we covered this last time, my friend Aqua-Cola, of course, does try to activate forward. She actually activates this vehicle here. This driver is called the Red Scorn. He moves up and tries to open fire with his heavy stubber directly to these Neotechs, but unfortunately, though, he missed his shots, so nothing much really happened over there, so he's perfectly fine. Now, up here at the top, my friend Odeth does try to activate his champion. His name is Laser Noir. Now, Laser Noir does try to open fire with his plasma gun. Unfortunately, he flubs his rolls and misses his shots, and nothing much really happens from there. Same thing with Gamerstorm 83. He does manage to pass his ammo check, no problem. It's open fire, but he misses his shot as well. Now, who didn't miss their shot, however, was the driver of the Unbound Fury. The driver of the Unbound Fury took a basic action to aim at +1 to their harpoon launcher and fire their harpoon launcher directly into Laser Noir. Managed to put a wound on him and dragged him off the building, which caused another impact as he fell to the ground. And that one put him out of action with the out-cold result. And just like that, my friend Odeth has lost his champion in this battle as well. And that pretty much makes up all the activations for this turn, except for this one guy here. So we're going to come back real quick with this last guy's activation and talk about the end phase. So we'll be right back after. Alright, so we're back. So this fighter over here, his name is Crewing is his name. Crewing does try to move up forward and try to open fire with his shotgun directly into Nighthopper. But unfortunately, though, he fails his shot. That pretty much makes it the activation phase for this one. So the action phase, I'm going to go directly to the end phase, and during the end phase, a couple more reinforcements arrive, especially from our friend Odeth. Over back here, we have Nighttime Vault, which is another Neotech. He's armed with an armored body glove, mesh armor, last subcarp beam, as well as an energy shield. He's got photon flash grenades and a grav cutter. And right next to him is Mega Fury 89, who's a tech who's got an armored body glove, mesh armor, a hotshot last gun with infrared sight, as well as a last pistol. And at the same time, for my friend Smells Like Febreze, 2 more of her fighters arrive at the table as well. Those fighters are named as Roop and Tariana. They're both equipped exactly the same with mesh armor. They both have last guns, telescopic sights, as well as stub guns with dum dum rounds as well. And that pretty much makes up the end phase for turn number 2. So with turn number 2 over with, we go directly to the top of turn number 3. And once again, my friends roll off for initiative to see which of them will be going first. Alright, so that takes directly to the top of turn number 3, and my friend Smells Like Febreze to go first on this one. So the first thing she does, of course, is activate her Master Nautic and Augmendazar. Augmendazar uses Overseer ability directly onto Temperance Vanderseer, and once again, Temperance brings the pain. For his first 2 sets of activations for the Overseer ability, he goes directly into Nighthopper, there we go. Nighthopper managed to finally put that guy out of action. His first set attacks didn't work against the energy shield that the character Nighthopper was packing. Nighthopper, unfortunately, was able to do anything right back to Temperance, because that Temperance went again for his second set of activations with fight actions, managed to put him out of action with an out-cold result. And because he didn't use up his ready marker next, he then decides to activate Temperance again. Temperance decides to charge directly into the newly arrived Cobra Hawkins, managed to put him out of action as well, with an out-cold result as well. It was at this point that my friend Odeth realized that he doesn't really want to lose any more fighters than he already has. At this point, he pretty much just kind of calls the game and surrenders directly to Aqua-Cola. So that pretty much makes it the scenario for this one. So with that being said, we're going to go directly to the after action report, because this battle report is now officially over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Alright, so now it's time for the post game. So starting off with the Neon Knights of House Van Saar. This is my friend Odeth's gang. For his injuries, he actually suffered quite a bit on this one, 5 injuries in total. First of all, his July high score. July high score goes directly into recovery with a grievous injury. Meanwhile, Laser Noir, Raging VHS, Cobra Hawkins, and Nighthopper, all 4 of those characters make full recovery because they only had Out-Cold results, so they're perfectly fine. Now for advancements, no members of this gang advance at this time, and from their territories, my friend Odeth managed to score 9 credits from the Clearway, as well as 11 credits from the Tubeway, which are the 2 territories he controls. Now from the Trading Post, he got 15 credits from the scenario, as well as 20 credits from the scenario, giving him 35 credits in total. With those 35 credits, he placed them all directly into the stash. Now from his reputation, he earned 1 point of reputation from his territories, as well as 1 additional reputation point from fighting against Aqua-Cola for the very first time, which brings his grand total of 3 points in reputation in total. His new record now is at 0 wins and 1 loss, and his new gang rating now is at 2,400 points. So from there we then go to Aqua-Cola, which is my friend Smells Like Febrez's gang from the Water Guild Outcasts, who managed to win this one. So for injuries and advancement, she actually suffered no injuries in this battle report and didn't advance anybody either. At the same time, from her territories, from the Grave One, she earned 5 credits from that, as well as from the High Road, earning another 7 credits from that as well. And she also, I believe she captured the Crater Shadows, I believe is what she captured for hers, and earned 10 credits from that scenario, from that territory as well. Now from the Trading Post, she earned 20 credits from the scenario, as well as 22 credits from the territories, giving her 44 credits in total, and she decided to place all 44 of those credits directly into her stash. Now for her reputation, she earns +1 reputation from her territories, as well as +1 from fighting against the Neon Knights for the very first time, and also scored 2 reputation points from the scenario as well, giving her a grand total of 5 reputation in total. Her new record now is at 1 win and 0 losses, and her new gang rating now is at 2,400 credits. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we actually finished our very first campaign week of Anarchy Road Season 2. So originally we started off this game with 6 gangs, but luckily for us though, I got 4 more players who wanted to participate in this campaign. So now we're rounding off this campaign at 10 players in total, which is absolutely fantastic. So the next time we revisit again, we'll be talking about the beginning of week 2 with all of our gangs, and we'll also give you the rundown on all the gangs and where they're currently standing at in their standings in terms of reputation, territories, gang rating, etc. So that's good for you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest hobby news related to this channel. That's good for this one, you guys. We'll catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.